Today on Kitchen Dads, we're doing roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon. If you're not a Brussels sprouts fan, this will convert you. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Cliff and welcome to Kitchen Dads, where we're all about fun and food and family. We make a lot of food that's good for your soul and food that's good for your body and a whole bunch that's in between. I love Brussels sprouts. Never used to love Brussels sprouts. My wife hated Brussels sprouts, but then we made this recipe. She's converted. It's her favorite thing. Wanted to do a little education because most everybody sees Brussels sprouts come in a package like this, already cut off the stalk. Actually, this is how they grow. This is not a rocket or a green rocket. This is a Brussels sprout stalk. And you can buy these in the store in the season, usually in the fall. For this recipe, depending on how many people you're going to serve, you can use one stalk, maybe half a stalk, or about maybe 16 ounces of Brussels sprouts. Now, if you do buy this, you simply just get a sharp knife and you just cut them off the stalk. Right? You just go through and then cut them off the stalk. Now, if you want to save a little time, most people do. You can buy them already off the package. Somebody has done all the work. Put this down here. But we need to trim them. And we don't need an extra bowl because that would just be one more thing we need to clean up. So we're going to take some Brussels sprouts. So I think about a pound, about 16 ounces. In order to trim the Brussels sprouts, what you want to do, let me get a little bowl for the, is you take the Brussels sprout and you can see the base here. Take a little knife and just trim that off. Right? And if there's any brown leaves or black leaves, pull those all off. And then just cut them in half. Now we want to make it consistent because we're going to cook these. So if you have a Brussels sprout like this, and then maybe one that's a little bit larger, you might want to quarter this one because we're trying to have them cook all at the same time. And that's really what you need to do. So we're going to just trim these up. And you can see we have some brown leaves there. If some of the loose leaves fall out, that's fine because those are the ones that are going to get really crunchy, and there's always someone who likes really crunchy. Here's a good example of one that's really big from the base. Right? I'm going to trim it up. I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to cut it in half again. Now, for those of you, I can hear it already. It's like, Cliff, I don't want to make that knife come towards my thumb. Here's what you do, right? You take your Brussels sprout. You have a flat surface now for both. You cut it in half, and then again, if you need to, you can cut it in half again. You can do it on a cutting board, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and do all these, and then we're going to put them on this sheet pan. So we have our Brussels sprouts, we cut them. You don't want to crowd them on the pan because you want to give them some space. Now we're going to add in some bacon. I'd like a little thicker bacon. If you happen to have thin bacon, you want to make it a little wider strips because they're going to cook faster. This is about 4 to 6 ounces. It really depends on how much bacon you want to add. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to spread the bacon throughout here. Now for me, you can never have too much bacon. It does add a nice flavor to the Brussels sprouts. And then we're going to take some olive oil and we're going to just do it right here on the pan. Be 4 to 5 teaspoons of olive oil. Again, use your hands and then make sure all the sprouts are coated. Between the oil and the bacon, these are going to cook up really nice. We're going to hit this with a little salt. A little fresh ground pepper. We have our oven set at 400. We're going to roast these for 25 to 35 minutes. Probably, you know what? Probably closer to 35 minutes. About halfway through, you're going to take a pair of tongs and just move them around so the bottoms get cooked. Let's go ahead and do this, and we'll show you what the result is. All right, look at this. Look how nice they've crisped up. We like it kind of on the dark side, some of the crunchy leaves and crispy bacon. It's up to you. You cook it the way you want. Make it a few times. You can determine how you like it. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this and we're going to plate these. And then we have a little special surprise to kick this up even another notch. I guarantee you if you make this, there will be none left. And if you have someone who doesn't like Brussels sprouts, tell tell them to try this at least once. So we have these all plated. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can kick this up even another notch. Sometimes I take caramelized onions, which if you don't know how to do that, check out my video to do that, and we'll add them in on top, and you can mix them in. You can add a balsamic syrupy glaze. So basically what I do is I add in some balsamic vinegar into a pan and then cook it on kind of medium to where it's boiling, not quite boiling, but it's bubbling. You're gonna reduce it by about half. It becomes syrupy and kind of sweet, and we're gonna just put a little bit of the glaze on it. And of course, we gotta give this a shot. Piece of bacon. There's so much going on here. The flavors are excellent. It's a great fall dish. Sometimes this can be your dinner. We do that sometimes with this, maybe a glass of wine, salad. Try it, you'll like it. Find someone who doesn't like Brussels sprouts and make them a convert. And go out and cook something.